We're recording.
Maybe he was working. He was on all along, and we didn't know it.
We are recording now, aren't we? Owen?
Well, we're saying something dumb.
Owen, Santiago, is there anything that you would not like to say on camera because we're recording now? Is there anything that you want to keep private to yourself?
I already said a lot of things that I would regret saying on camera. So.
Yeah.
Why are you?
Oh, this is such a shit knife.
Yeah, why are you cutting into a lemon?
Wait, a butter knife?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna get another knife.
Get the lemon knife.
Will you do like the intro thing? I just need to get another knife.
Okay, over to the intro music.
Yay. Welcome back to... Wait, was that the intro music?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit.
You missed it because you were off
Finding a knife.
finding the lemon knife.
Oh, no way. That was
It
unreal.
concerns me that
Sorry,
you have...
could you leave the lemon on the table when you're cutting it? Because that's giving me anxiety. You're going to fucking bleed on camera.
Yeah. And why is there a lemon only and not like a glass of water? What are you just about to eat a lemon like as it is?
Yes.
I could do that.
Can
Yeah.
you?
Do you want one? Does anyone want one?
No.
I don't want one, but I definitely could. I love lemon.
Hey, definitely.
Like
yeah.
that, like just raw.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever try it?
No.
Oh, come on. Then you have to.
Kieran as a baby, I must have.
Do you peel it like an orange?
Yeah, but I try, but sometimes you get... They're fucking hard skinned, like.
Yeah.
They're like old Irish farmers.
Old Irish farmers.
Yellow on
and
the
old
outside,
Irish
sour
shops.
on the inside.
Do you think that the audience...
Sorry?
Do you think that the audience must have copped on already about the uniqueness of our fine garments that we are all wearing
yeah.
today?
And the fact that Santiago is back.
Hey,
It's Friday.
hello.
He was, even though he was here Monday on last episode, but he's back here now. And
Yes.
yeah.
Here for more. We had a lovely visit to the charity shop.
Oh, today.
Just now.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did. Yeah.
And we all found a treasure.
Yeah. You got this. What made you this thing? What is it?
This is a lovely fairy vest that works day and night.
A fairy. Is it?
It gives me like this kind of pattern gives me like, I don't know, fairy
I
prince.
feel like fairy prince
Fairy prince.
/ hotel furniture.
With a dash of pimp. With a dash of fairy pimp in there. But,
Fairy pimp. We're joined today by the fairy pimp.
Yes.
That's a good name.
That's gonna be my
Change that to your Instagram.
gonna be my new name.
Fairy.
€4 though.
That's mad.
€4. And I want to
How much do you reckon that originally cost?
more.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just
Yeah.
curious though, like
It's
what?
actually quite nice. I don't know, because it could be like imitation material. Oh, you've done it. How are you?
No, it's sour, right?
I know
Here's the thing.
I know a guy who like bit into an onion just for shock value. Like he just like ate it like an apple just to see how people would respond.
Oh, how did they respond?
I wasn't there, but I can't imagine people were happy about it. Like,
No, yeah.
Do you guys reckon that like eating a raw piece of garlic, like it's shock value? Like, is it something that's hard to do?
I've never tried. See, I love garlic, but I've never tried to eat raw garlic.
Well, it's a bit of a magic trick for whenever you feel some sort of flu or sickness coming up. Eat a raw. How do you call it? It's not the head. The head is the whole thing, right? Like
Clove.
the clove.
Clove.
Yeah.
Raw
A bulb is the whole thing.
Bulb is the
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah, well, a raw
deer is the
clove
dog.
of.
Why stop
of
at one?
garlic.
Why stop at one clove? Like if you
Well,
ate a whole bulb, would you just never be sick again?
Maybe, yeah. Like apparently, it's really good to just do it anyway to sustain what's the good thing. Anyway, we were talking about our
Charity
our
shops.
charity findings.
Yeah.
So I paid €4 for this, and that's good value. How much did you pay for that shirt?
£7.
Did you actually? How is that? They feel like that's fucking more than that. That's.
Yeah, but I think that, like the brand.
Oh, it's
The brand. Oh, it's some sort of.
It's Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, I know Tommy.
So, like-
he's expensive.
Yeah,
Is
like
Tommy-
like this would
Tommy.
probably be in Tommy Hilfiger. Like if you were to buy it, it probably would be like 50 or 60 quid for a shirt. Like whereas this is £7. Like
Okay.
because I remember walking into a Tommy Hilfiger shop once in my life, thinking, oh, I'll see what they have, and then I saw the prices, and I was just like, I was afraid to touch anything.
Oh wow.
That's mad.
The brand of this is Folkspear. So it's like mixing folk with
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Oh, that does look like exactly.
Very
that.
poetic. Exactly what the
Yeah.
man himself would have worn.
Yeah, like mixed between fairy and hotel furniture. To me, when I think of Shakespeare, it's like he's 50% elegant and 50%
Mythical.
bog-like, mythical. Yeah.
Right.
Bog like. Famous bugger.
There's a question I get asked quite often, and there's no way of saying this without sounding like an arrogant, full of myself langer. But I have been asked recently many times, like, where do I get my clothes? By people that apparently like how I dress, and I recognize that there's a certain non-traditionalism to the way I dress.
Yeah.
But my reply always is charity shops. I have found
everything you wear. I found
not everything.
But like,
most of the things I have been pre-loved by people I love, which I appreciate.
Yeah. You're not. No, I don't. Hope you're not. You don't strike me as the kind of guy who's going into pennies all the time. Is that
No. But once upon a time I was. Once upon a time you would have found me walking out of a Starbucks, very happy with my cup with my name in it, and like feeling that I had done it.
Ramones t-shirt and yeah.
I was a late blooming hippie.
Yeah.
So, Kieran, when did you become the sub goalie for?
Number 16.
Nasharlaha.
Sponsored by True Valley, right? My father works there.
Oh, okay. So that's how you got the jersey. It was like an inside job type thing.
Yeah.
Where does a person that doesn't play GAA or has nothing to do with it, or how some of us call it the GAA or the K?
Yeah.
Where does one obtain a how do you call it? A jersey?
Jerseys are. Do you mean jerseys or like the hoodies or any of the merch? You get it in like Elvery's or like any sports shop. Like if you went out to Elvery's and Dunn's, they have loads of tips.
Right, but like say, could I choose any parish in Ireland and get that one?
That's why this is unique. Like to find this.
Yeah.
Like this is their actual. It's not like merch. It's like a.
That was worn by like one of the lads by number 15.
Yeah, and then it's the sub goalie, so the second goalie. If the other 15 players, number 1's the goalie.
Right.
16 then. 15 is the wing corner forward. 16 then is the second goalie.
Okay.
So the second goalie, I got their jersey.
Can I ask something really ignorant as well?
Yeah.
Is this for the hurling or for the football?
Hurling. But they do football as well, so I'm not sure actually. They have the same jerseys, I think. I can't remember.
I actually don't know.
I don't. Yeah, the same. Sarsfields is the name of the team.
Sarsfield.
Yeah, they're big enough.
Will you believe? Oh my god! Okay, in Argentina there's a football team, a soccer team called Vélez Sarsfield.
No way.
No.
Yeah, and the colors, if I'm not mistaken, look just like that.
That's mad.
I wonder is there some reason for that? Because I can't remember who Sarsfield was. It's a surname of
There's
someone.
a lot of connections like that. There's even like a what you call it, a suburb of the city.
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
That was a weird one. Go on, sorry.
We have a suburb of Buenos Aires called Hurlingham.
Okay.
Hurlingham.
So when is there? I hope there's someday a hurling game in Hurlingham.
Oh yeah, I get you. So,
Well, I awoke to the reality of GAA clubs in other places of the world the other day. Apparently, I've been told by many Irish people that the first thing you do, like if you're going off to live in, I don't know, Australia for a year, the first thing you do is go to the GAA club because
if
you
you're
get looked
GAA.
after.
Yeah, like London and New York compete in the hurling championship. Now they wouldn't be in the main kind of league. They'd be a few divisions down, but
yeah. Well, we've heard that hurling is actually more rougher in other places, like because it's more. I don't know who was saying that. We had on someone recently.
oh, I can't remember. Yeah, someone was saying it. Yeah.
Morgan was saying, wasn't it? What? Why are you laughing? I'm confused. I get really insecure when people laugh and they say that because obviously he's laughing at me and my downfalls.
Right.
I just because we were talking about charity shops as well. I can't remember where it was, but I remember I went into a shop one day, and like I was like looking to get like a cool bow tie, and when I went in there. And like I was at the counter and I was just like, oh yeah, no, someone told me like always go to charity shops, they always have them. And their one kind of gave me a look and I didn't really know why. And then afterwards I found out it wasn't a charity shop. Someone had just told me it was. So like, so I just presumed it was. I went in and was just like talking about how great charity shops were, and your mom was just kind of like, okay.
That's kind of like offensive, like that. That's kind of like, oh, you went to someone's lovely home and go, like, I don't know, like, this is such a lovely homeless shelter, like that, like kind of doing that, like.
Yeah, I know what
wow,
you mean.
this place.
I can't remember where it was
funny.
though, but I just remember I found it really funny.
Why do you think there is such a strong charity shop culture in Ireland? Because it's not that common, eh? Like that every town has at least like 3.
Yeah, I know me now. I'm a land lover. I haven't left too far, and I haven't voyaged too far from the mother.
From Thales.
Yeah.
Actually, just quick, what are you burning there?
I am burning something called Palo Santo.
Okay.
What's that mean?
It means holistic. It's kind of like a cleanser, like what you.
It's like burning sage and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
even
it was just gifted to me by my friend Jejo.
I love the smell of that. Do you prefer that or sage?
I don't know, because I'll tell you what, there was a bit of an old wives' cure for lice when I was a kid. That was like chunks of this in this rank, like, I don't know if it was alcohol or what, but it's like some sort of solution, like a homemade thing. And then that put on a spraying thingy. And I have bleak memories of my mother like spraying that into my head and going with the little thingy over it. And it smelled of it. So I have kind of healed my thing with the smell, but it still reminds me of a more parasitic infested time in my life.
Is that kind of like I can't drink 7-Up, right?
Yeah.
Because I associate it with being sick.
And
A
flatness.
horrible flat 7 sickness up words. And yeah.
How scientifically true do you think that is?
100%. I wouldn't even argue. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even try and.
So is this something that you guys as grown-ups would go and do, like, oh, I feel it coming over, I better get some 7-Up and a little stick?
I don't, but
Wait, what?
a lot of people do.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Like, as in, do you believe in the point that even an adult, if you're sick, you'll go and have flat 7-Up?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Like, do grown-ups also do this? Is it?
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
I don't, but a lot of people would.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I actually.
Sounds like.
To be honest with you, 7-Up when I'm sick makes me more sick. I don't know if anyone else actually felt the same reality, but it's like full of sugar, it's full of shite, like it makes me sick. I'd rather drink water.
I find 7-Up too
from the well, ideally.
I find 7-Up too gassy to drink. Like because like I like just drink way too fast. So if I drink 7-Up, like I just when you get like an air bubble caught in your throat, that's guaranteed to happen to me with 7-Up. Like
that's mad. Sorry? No, you go.
Do you believe that there is a cultural thing in Ireland with reusing? Do you think that it's about, making sure that would you say that there is a sort of program of lacking? So like we must save everything, every clothes, every garment and bring it to St. Vincent's?
I think there is a kind of, there's like a bit of both. Like as in like there's some people that feel like they have to have the new thing. But then like, I don't know. I don't mind reusing things because like I grew up with like hand-me-down clothes and stuff, and that was just like a normal thing. So the idea of getting something in a charity shop isn't that weird to me. Yeah. But I can understand for some people, like if they always had new things, they might be skeptical. But then once you go to a charity shop and see what's there and the quality and stuff you're getting, I don't think anyone ever looks back. Like they're always like, Jesus, why aren't I always going here? Like,
well, yeah, what I think it is as well in Ireland, why it might be more predominant than our brothering and sistering nations, is that like I think the culture of pennies and stuff like that, fast fashion is growing, but I still think there's this thing, if you buy something expensive in Ireland, you can't just throw it away. Like as in, I think in America they'd be quicker to not see if you are, even if you but I think even rich people in Ireland appreciate their valuables more, whether that's like a materialistic thing or because they value it because of how it was made or something like that. Either way, I think it's both. I think some people it's because I worked hard for this, I'm not throwing it in the bin, so they bring it to the charity shop. That's why you don't really see pennies clothes in charity shop, because fast fashion gets thrown in the bin. The people who buy pennies clothes throw it in the bin. But when some lad spent all those years on the farmer for one of those sweaters, he has to go into a charity shop before he put it in the bin. I think actually that's a thing. I think like people, and I would say the majority of people who put stuff in a charity shop do it for positive of I think this is valuable to me. I think it'll be valuable to others.
I think the only reason I don't usually give clothes to a charity shop is because I generally like will keep and wear clothes to the point where by the time I stop wearing them, they're probably unwearable to someone else.
They'd be offensive to bring.
Yeah, so like I'll wear sweaters until like there's holes in the armpits and stuff like.
Yeah,
and
same.
even then, I'd probably still wear it. Like,
They wouldn't take my socks. Is that weird?
I think I wouldn't buy secondhand socks.
I had like these socks.
Socks and jocks.
There was
no.
holes in them, but I brought in socks and jocks, and they said I didn't bring anything else, like just loads and loads of socks.
Socks and jocks.
Yeah, they didn't want them. They said that there was right, like, and I said, what's wrong with them? And I tried to smell. I smelled them. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with this.
There is surely some communities online that will happily take them.
Oh yeah,
if you go there.
Let's talk about that. You were telling me. I learned earlier. Well, I knew this, but I learned that there's actually a market for guys to sell their underwear.
We were having a very wholesome conversation about the niche.
Yeah,
we call it, of people wanting to buy
because we're not making money off the podcast.
used garments.
Selling my underwear.
Well, yeah, as we were saying, apparently it was a common thing amongst the GAA
yeah, that's it.
realizing that they could make
got
a
this
buck.
jersey. No, that's why I bought it. It's like GAA player again. Start buying my.
Directly from the source.
Yeah,
without the middleman of the charity shop.
Yeah. No, I do.
No, it is definitely a thing in the gay community. The whole like
Yes,
GAA and gay, like kind of.
Oh, is it?
As in like the
Is
whole.
that what you meant? You're talking about the gay community, not just
No. What I mean is like there is like this thing in Ireland where like you will hear like a lot of like gay men be like kind of, oh, have you got like GA shorts to wear if you're meeting up with someone and stuff like that.
Yes.
There's like this, I don't know. It is. I think it's like the whole thing of, do you know the way like in America like the football players are seen as like.
It's people that like.
It's the most popular. The people who are considered like the attractive people. You know, it's like I think it comes from that like the sporty
definitely
stereotype like.
Yeah, and a certain lifestyle and a certain, I don't know.
Yeah,
kind of
people being
activities.
fit and that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, that's
and
interesting.
some people just have a thing for like sweat, like
Okay.
and general scent, like, you know.
Well, yeah.
I'm sitting here waiting to see how deep is it.
I'm just letting it go.
Before I say anything else.
No, yeah, sweat is. I my sweat smells funny.
That's it now.
Yeah, like sometimes my
Tell us more.
sweat smells like cannabis. It's really weird. I don't smoke at all. I used to when I was younger, and I don't smoke at all, and it's weird. And
Maybe you are still burning it out.
I looked.
No, I've heard that
up,
from a few people that like they think weed smells like sweat.
I heard. But I looked up this, and I was like, why does my? Because I would show other people, and they would agree. They would be like, that's fucking weird because they might smoke and I don't, and then that's why it was even weird because I don't smoke. There's no reason for it to smell like it, and but they would. Then I looked up. I was like, yeah, this is weird, and I looked it up, and apparently that it's common to smell that sweat. That it's something to do with like sexual hormones, and like during sex is when you smell. But I don't have sex, so none of it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's some way to announce it on a public forum. But like, are you looking? Like, do you?
No.
Are you okay with? Yeah.
No, I've sat
Are
at
you
home and
well?
smelled myself for a while. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All the satisfaction. Well, I love that. Like right before we started recording this, we were quite seriously discussing how the Friday feeds are supposed to have a
bit of a theme.
streamlined
I know, yeah.
theme, and we have gone in a very short span of time
Off
to
it.
a lot of places.
I know.
I am actually impressed.
But that's kind of generally what happens with
Yeah.
natural
Yeah,
conversation.
we
to be
should
honest,
have
like,
known.
That's true.
it's like you don't be up with your friends and go, we're going to discuss this one thing.
That's true, actually. You're right. We should
I'm
stick
meeting
to
you
what
for
we're
2
doing.
hours, and if you stop talking about the thing I was
Yeah.
meant to, I will send you an invoice.
Yeah.
You've wasted my time.
No, I guess you're right. Like, maybe you're right. Yeah, because I was saying earlier, like, we need to be on more topic more, but I completely took it off topic. I don't know. It's my fault. I'm probably the one that does that. Like, but what's in this book? This blue book? And why is it blue?
No,
Is it-
that is a random.
Okay. What's in this?
Pause. This one is an empty sketchbook.
Okay.
This one is interesting because you know how I like to do my research.
Yeah.
And I had no better. I found it very romantic to take my notes not digitally.
Okay.
Back in the year 2016, when I started reading books and taking notes from it, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be traditional about this. And now it's a bit of a curse because I have many of these booklets just full of notes, like things that I copied by hand from books. I have like 6 of these, and as you can see, every single fucking page is full.
What
to
the
brim.
hell?
It's
Your
gonna-
writing is gorgeous.
Thank you.
See that
No,
writing?
No, it's not gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
It can be.
Do you not think that's really clean? And every page
That is
the
really
same.
nice writing.
The consistency in that is
But that's because it gives me anxiety
Heaven-like.
not to use
Oh, really?
the whole page. Kinda, yeah.
wow, fair play.
But problem is that sometimes now when I want to find a fact, like we're gonna have a conversation, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I read somewhere interesting that like in the West in the year this happened, and I'm like, okay, I know it was in this book, but then I spend romantically as I wanted to, I have to spend a lot of time just passing through pages trying to find it.
What would you think of doing, like, write your notes like physically like that, but then create a digital index of like book 1 contains and a summary of some of the things. So then you have that digital index anywhere, and you go, okay, I need to find book 1.
For that, like the closest I got to that was to write here
I
which
suppose,
books
yeah,
I have
yeah.
covered. So, for example, this one contains Ireland's Immortals by Mark Williams in 3 times, In Search of the Irish Dreamtime by J.P. Mallory, and 32 Words for Field by Man Canagan.
No way.
But the point what I was gonna make is that for that, I'd rather maybe, because I have like I think 5 or 6 of these, I could spend, I don't know, a month of my life typing it all down,
indexing,
or just typing, and have it digitized. Problem is the more books I read, the more the work that would be, and the less, the more time I put it off, the more daunting it becomes. So I'm like, I don't know. There's something that I think these may go in auctions one day.
No way.
Or they may end up on the Museum of Seamus.
No way, that's class. How do you...
Alongside the very best.
How do you decide that a fact is good enough to put in there?
Oh, Jesus. Normally it's when it's things that like strongly question or go against the lukewarm accepted truth. Like,
interesting.
I don't know,
Stuff that will be ready, you'll have ready for
For example, this random page I opened, right? It's Mark Williams talking about a medieval story called the Battle of Ventry, which is supposed to happen down in Fintra in the Dingle Peninsula, and it's pretty much this kind of world war for the domination of the world, and Finn and the Fianna kind of defend Ireland against the king of the world kind of thing. It's a mad story from the second half of the 15th century. And what I was analyzing in this was the role of the Tuatha De Danann in the story, right? So I wrote down, for example, by implying that Irish identity is conferred by shared habitation, not racial lineage, the author was using the traditional invasion narrative to a radical end. In it, any people aspiring to become the men of Ireland were obliged to wrest the island away from its current inhabitants. But here, our author suggests that the dispossessed and conquerors can both be Irish men simultaneously.
That's
That's a good fact.
That's mad.
But
That is
like
cool.
there's a context within that means a lot. But like, so it's that kind of thing. Things that I know I will want to draw on for whenever I figure out what am I gonna do with all of this.
That's cool.
Information I'm gathering. I do see a bit of a manual to help people that don't have time to read all of that, to kind of navigate and access certain information quicker. And good factual stuff that's not just decided or processed.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, that's cool. Fair play. Like,
And
is it full now?
Huh?
Is it full?
This one, this one I bought it because there's some points for the guest we're gonna be interviewing later that I wanted to.
The guest that was on Monday. Do you not get a bit like what happens now if a new fact needs to go in there? Like, because this is what I struggle with in life. Is I have all these journals and stuff, and I'm like, which one does it go in? And
no, you know what it is? It's like because I do it by book. Usually everything goes in there, but sometimes the book will be too long. So, for example, Ireland's Immortals, it's a Bible. It's so big. So I did it in... What I stress about is like not having space to finish it off before I finish the journal or something. But I had to get comfortable with just doing parts. So here I have part 1, then another book, then part 2.
Yeah, that's cool. But you just do it, I guess.
Research.
That's really cool. Is there anything... I think we should finish up now. Our guest will be here soon. We have to prepare and ready for the war.
Do our meditation.
Yeah, do our meditation. Yeah, and medication or meditation. So
both.
Yeah, just like yeah. But is there anything that we like? Is there anything like we shouldn't say before we finish up?
Like something that we shouldn't say.
Like
so
something
can
that
we say it.
Something that if we say it, we'll probably say it. We shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, surely. For example, I'd say that there's in the magical world of and in the underworld of underwear selling online.
Oh, underwear.
Underwear selling online.
Yeah.
There is more than people look for than sweat
Yeah.
scent.
What else?
Use your imagination. Or your internet browser.
Wait, I use my.
Either way, you'll find out.
Okay.
That's
semen and products.
Yes.
Products.
Yes.
You're talking about like bodily products.
I wanted to say.
No, I know you mean like bodily fluids and like products of your body, but like when you first said products, just like it seemed like for sale. Like
I'm not
it is for sale.
I know this, but like there's people that even offer customizations.
Customizations.
Like you can pay more extra for things to be done to the garment.
Oh yeah, like you could look after a pair of underwear before you sell it. Like you could, yeah.
I think it'd be the opposite. I think it'd be like really don't look after it before you
But
sell
isn't
it.
it love? Isn't it love you're sharing into the fabric? Aren't you soaking your love?
Well,
into
it's an intention,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Surely there's some sort of vibrational vibe that is carried away.
I think semen is a real symbol of love. I will finish up on that note. Thanks everyone for watching. And see you next week. Bye.
God bless you all. That was incredible.
Semen is a symbol of love.